Lawyers for two men accused of killing Stephen Lawrence have suggested the police may have run the risk of crucial evidence becoming contaminated. One police officer questioned at the Old Bailey admitted that blood-stained clothing belonging to the black teenager was put in bags which weren't always sealed. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Simon Israel.
What Stephen Lawrence was dressed in on the night he was killed and what happened to those garments are vital to the prosecution case. Tonight, for the first time, photos of his blood-stained clothes have been released. There's the LA Raiders jacket, with the medics' scissor cuts down the right arm where they tried to get it off in attempts to save his life. The blue cardigan he was wearing underneath. The red polo shirt from which the prosecution says there's been fibre transfer. And his green corduroy trousers he was wearing on that fateful April night.
It was how these clothes were packaged as exhibits at the hospital after Stephen had died that the defence focused on today. The jury heard that the blood-stained garments were placed in evidence bags which were left unsealed before being transported to CID offices.
Counsel for defendant Gary Dobson questioned one of the officers responsible for handling Stephen's clothes.
So there was a mistake. Clothing from Stephen Lawrence, the most heavily blood-stained, therefore, might contaminate other things because they were received in unsealed packages.
Yes, but they were the ones that needed to go to the drying cabinet. That's why they were not sealed.
It doesn't matter why that happened, but that it did happen.
At the heart of the prosecution's case against Gary Dobson and David Norris are the microscopic forensics carried out on these 4 pieces of clothing. On Dobson's grey bomber jacket there was, the court heard, a bloodstain and 16 fibres. On his cardigan there were 4 fibres. On David Norris's sweatshirt there were 7 fibres. And on his varnish-stained jeans there were hair cuttings. The jury were also shown surveillance photos of the two on trial together in the days after Stephen's murder. When interviewed by police after these photos were taken, Gary Dobson said he didn't know his co-defendant David Norris, only that he'd heard the name once or twice. The two, now in their 30s, deny murder.